Today, I will talk about something really, really cool, and it's actually very cool. You probably won't believe me if you don't know it. So, turn on a lamp, okay? I'll give you 10 seconds to do it. Or maybe you can just look up at this lamp up here. So, do you see that bright lamp up there? So, when you look at like basically anything, you're actually looking back in time. So let me tell you why. So when the sun is out and we look at the sun, we're actually looking 8 minutes back in time. This is an example. But why are we looking 8 minutes back in time when we look at the sun? Well, so if Earth was born before the sun was born and it was the exact same distance away from the sun, which is 93 million miles, um, that means exactly when the sun is born, people wouldn't see it yet. But why would they not see it yet? Well, that's because the light from the sun hasn't reached them yet. So you can't see it. But it will take 8 minutes for the light to get to Earth from the sun. So we just have to wait 8 minutes and then Earth would become really bright. Because it takes light 8 minutes to get from Earth to the sun. So when you look at this, so once the light made it there, you're actually looking back in time to when the sun was born, and you would see it grow, but you would still be looking 8 minutes back in time. Even when you look at somebody, you're looking back in time, but you might be asking, it doesn't look like that because the people are like walking around and doing stuff like exactly when I say it. Well, that's because how long do you think it takes light to get from one person 20 inches away from another person to get from that person to the other person? How long do you think it takes? Let's say 1 millisecond. I know it doesn't take 1 millisecond, but just if it did, you are looking 1 millisecond back in the past. Even when I look at you guys, I'm looking in the past. And when you look at whatever device you're watching this video on, you're looking in the past. So right now, you're looking in the past of what the video looked like. Let's say you're 20 inches away from your device, and it takes 1 millisecond for the light from your device to reach you. So that means you're looking 1 millisecond back in the past to when the video looked like this right here. But we're not actually looking 1 millisecond if you're 20 inches away. We're just using that as an example so you understand. So if you don't understand it, let's just try to explain it better. So the closest black hole to Earth is about 3,000 light years away, which means it takes light 3,000 years to get from Earth to that black hole, which means when we look at that black hole, we're looking 3,000 years back in time. But that makes you say, oh, that means time traveling is actually real. Well, that's not really how it works, though. You can't time travel. You're just looking in the past, but you're just seeing the past, but not going into the past. But if you are actually looking back in time, that would be very useful because that would help to build a time machine. So I'm going to try to invent the time machine where the time machine will get light trillions of, like, if you want to go billions of years in the past, the time machine will make some light billions of light years long, but you can choose how far you want to walk before you go back into real time. Because if you want to go, like, let's say you want to step 20 feet into the past before going back into real time, that means the time machine will bend that light so much that it's only 20 feet long. So it will bend that light, which means it will have something to do with black holes inside of it. I don't know how we're going to do that, but it will bend the light. So when you walk 20 feet, you'd go back into real time. So let's say you wanted to go back in time to when you were at your old house, even if you had an old house, like the house that you used to have, but now you have a new one, and you want that old house back because you miss it a lot. You can use the time machine to go into the past when you had the old house, and then just go into the past to when you had the old house, but that means the light has to be like as long as the universe. So the whole universe is there. So you went back in time to when you had the old house, so you can stay there forever. Or that time machine might even change the past. But to make that time machine, we need like black holes, because black holes are like the only things in the universe that can bend light. But the video is 7 minutes, and I'm going to just do the last words until we end the video. So today we're going to go fishing. So when you go fishing, and you shoot your rod, and then you like reel the fish in, you grab the fish, and if you were 1 light year away from your fish, you wouldn't see the fish yet. But you have to wait 1 year because the light from the fish hasn't reached you yet. But after 1 year, the light would finally reach you. So you would be looking 1 year in the past to when that fish was just caught. So that's how it works. So if you how do you say it? Yeah, if you understood that, comment down below. And I've noticed that we're getting some haters on our channel. But, like, we're going to warn you, if you want to become a hater someday, it's not a good idea. You'll just see. I'm not telling you. But I know if you're a hater. So, I'm going to end the video, okay? It's really cool that you're actually looking back in time. So, as soon as I end this video, I'm actually going to look back in time to when the video is still going, but I can't notice it because it takes a very short time for light from the computer to reach me, so I won't even notice it, okay? I'm going to end it.